right, hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Looks like you can. All right, we'll let it roll. All right, so wish I could say there was a ton of movement today, but not so much. Um, yeah. Anyway, apologize for yesterday. I was just absolutely dead. I ended up going back to bed. I messaged you guys. I was just smoked. I had like I don't know, maybe 3.5 hours total sleep. I was just dead. Marcus did absolutely nothing. It was flat all day. I kept watching, and everything stayed within ranges. Also was the only one that kind of had that set up and it ended up missing. Just didn't move as much as we wanted it to. So is what it is. Anyway, right now, biggest mover on the board is dollar CAD, seeing CAD strength roll back in again. Besides that, everything really, really flat again. 26, 14, 5, minus 11, 34, 11, 26, right? Not a lot out there. But CAD data, great today. Dollar CAD going down. And again, you can see the CPI this morning that came out at 8:30 on a monthly basis. Shot double. Double what the expectation was, a little bit lower than before. And again, they have other median trim, common, all in the green, all higher than expected. Okay. Building permits, I mean, it's green, but that's not really like a big deal. We'll see some loan rates tonight. Yellen, I love it. We're really on a good path towards a soft landing. Sure. Okay. The global economy is proving more resilient than expected. I don't know. There was another article that just came across that talked about how um, we're starting to see a slower economic growth due to the fact that we have higher interest rates. So again, don't know what Janet's looking at. I love this one. Saudi Arabian minister says oil price cuts are not about jacking up prices, as Brent hovers on 95. Nah, in all honesty, I get what he's saying, right? Yes, they're just not trying to jack prices as high as they possibly can. Technically, what their mandate is price stability. Um, and understand too, there's a little bit of a power struggle here, but again, this is Saudi Arabia, right? Um, remember, the United States, Biden tried to tell them what they needed to do, and he basically said, "Pound sand." Um, they had kind of lost power on a global spectrum, and then they were giving it back again um, by the things that Biden was doing. They gave them control back again, and he says, "Fine, we're OPEC. We are the authority, right? We will stabilize prices." After Biden was doing the strategic oil reserve, trying to get prices super low, trying to hurt Russia, which they figured out it was not hurting Russia whatsoever. Again, they just want price stabilization, right? And again, the price is what the price is. But again, it's easy to say that they're just trying to jack prices up. It's like, no, they're, again, everybody knows right now China, 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 China. Okay. China's having a lot of problems. You hear about it. Any news with China is about, the slowdown. They're not recovering. And again, China is the driver in oil prices right now. It has nothing to do with the United States anymore. That ship has sailed, right? It's China and their population. So with those problems, that's what they're looking at, right? As well as, again, they kind of have a pretty good relationship with China right now, right? They see that that is their meal ticket. Where the United States, what are we trying to do? In 5 years, all EVs, right? They're just trying to get rid of petroleum. So, you know, are you going to let a market that wants nothing to do with fossil fuels control your future? Not really, right? Not really. And that's what the Saudi Arabia, that's what they're doing. Um, Besides that, not a whole lot. Annual inflation in euro down to 5.2, still, over two times. Um, Besides that, not much. Again, you see this, right? It's poised to leave rates unchanged as it tracks progress towards a soft landing. This is like transitory, right? It's like transitory, right? Inflation is still not there. It's starting to creep back up again, so it's hard to say that it's the soft landing's in. Um, I don't know. This is going to be the new word, right? Right along with transitory, right? Soft landing is going to be the next one. It's going to be our next T-shirt, right? Plushies for soft landings. Um, yeah, so that's what we got. Besides that, today, again, besides the Chinese data late tonight, tomorrow, big day, right? Big day. Now, I've mentioned it multiple times. I don't think that the Fed is raising. I think they're going to do a hold. I think they're going to hold, or they're mentioned that they're going to raise it next time, or again, the standard. Um, you know, we were split. We decided to, do this, but it doesn't mean that we won't raise again, right? Kind of really put that fear of God in. I honestly, with inflation, the inflationary numbers actually raising, they can make excuses for it. But the way that I see it, I see a hold and then a raise. And I think they'll kind of hint to that. Um, it's hard to say, yep, we're holding, but yet inflation is rising. Because remember, one of the things that they did mention, I forget what month they said it. It's been brought up a few times, but basically the worst thing they could do is stop too early and then have inflation take off again, because that's a sure recipe for entrenched inflation. And overall, that's what they're really trying to avoid. Um, so I think it's a pause and then a raise is what they're going to do. They're going to see how much, how big the raise is. If it's going to be another, if they pause and there's going to be more raises next time, I think there's going to be some volatility. As again, we see inflation go higher, and I do think it goes higher. With we're mentioning, you're talking oil, energies. Remember, that's where all the inflation started from, right? Russia, oil, bad, because prices went higher. We don't want Russian oil. Russian oil is dirty. It's bad. We don't want it, right? And other countries were like, we'll take it if it's cheaper, right? Um, that's where inflation came from. With that going back up to 90, inflation is going to come in the system, right? It's going to come in. So, um, yeah, it's coming. So I think we're going to see that. But what I would do is I kind of expect today to be kind of, again, rather slow, is everybody really is looking to get a true read from the Fed about what's going to happen. All right. So that's kind of where I see things. As far as what's moving out there, the VIX, again, VIX is technically up from where it closed. Not huge difference. You can see the dollar. Again, we're holding right at that 105 mark. You can see we came down. There's a little bit of a Harry Potter action kind of coming in right now. Thankfully, it's not up at the 105.40 level. And again, we got as low as 104.80, but we're, again, right around the 105 mark. Again, it's going to act as a magnet until we really get any durational things. It is what it is. As far as ESNQYN and Russell, um, again, slightly down, Russell slightly up. It's always the oddball out there. I really don't, again, all these talks about, oh, it's a soft landing, it's soft landing, soft landing. It's not bad, it's not bad, it's great. Is it pump all the positiveness in today before the craziness comes tomorrow? I don't know. Could they potentially be like, yeah, candy coat everything today and then hit us with the cough syrup tomorrow? Maybe, maybe it's possible. Um, and if they did raise it, I think the language would be so, I think what they would do is like, this is our last raise and we'll be pausing now for, we believe that this is the peak and we're going to pause. So if they do raise, I think it's going to be such a bearish statement and sentiment. Versus if they don't, I think it'll be like, hey, listen, it's on the table. There could be one more raise in, right? We think we're almost at peak. It's just not moving fast. We'll see. So I think the language for raise is so bearish. You see it actually go straight down. So yeah, we'll see. As far as commodities go, oil at 91.40. It's like, oh, geez. I mean, I guess it's not 95, but it's still 91.40, right? Up a bit. Natural gas. Sorry, I'm still trying to recover from yesterday. Not that he wasn't up till midnight again last night, but at least he slept through. 279, way too high, way too high. I mean, I guess it's not $9 or $10 what it was, but it's way too high up there. Gold 1934, right? 1934. I actually think gold's a little bit high now. I think they're both creeping up a little bit, but I think they're creeping up in anticipation for um kind of the idea that there's going to be that pause, right? Um Pause and then the language of, but most likely we'll raise next time or something along those lines. Um I think that's probably why it's doing what it's doing. Is it a strong push? No. I mean, it's up. They're both up a little bit. Again, 23.30, about 30 cents high. And again, I think 19.30 ish probably is a better spot in my opinion. But that just, I think it's going to be slow today. I think the market will jockey position and try to get in a good spot. But overall, I think it's yeah, I think it's probably a little bit high. Probably a little bit high. Now, as far as Aussie dollar goes, yesterday, again, now we are at least approaching the top side of this one. I I said yesterday, look for this. This was the only real major setup. We kind of had to push down, and then it got front run. Unfortunately, we knew that we had that in there. It didn't quite hit the 61.8, but there was this level right here. This is what we ended up bouncing off of. We ended up having to adjust this slightly. That's why we did it. Again, all the buyers in here tag these guys, and that's exactly what it ran into. So, um, eh, it's there. we've pushed to the opposite side of the channel now. And the question is, will dollar strength start rolling in? Um, I think we're going to hold high. I don't think we're really going to move too much in either direction. I mean, we have the red, we have the green, but it's almost coming up to the top. So we're not quite in a topping pattern yet. Maybe it does, and then we see a little bit of dollar strength come in. But right now, I think the general consensus is they're going to, tomorrow the Fed is going to pause. And, again, traders right now are lumping it in there, like, or at least the market is lumping that in there as dollar weakness. But I do think where we are up top, and again, I think tomorrow, if we pause, I think it's more of a positive for the dollar, not necessarily a negative, but it's going to depend on that statement, right? Um, but yeah, we are on the high of the channel. So again, you could be thinking bearish, but we need some type of a confirmation. Right now, it's not there, right? We got a red, we got a green, still surging. There are obviously sellers here. It's been here before. We known that. Here is the original zone. There is the push, and you can see it went all the way to the top. Um, we could actually here. We'll do it this way. There's actually another one sitting right there. Let's change that one to blue, right, as the secondary, and it looks like that's the one that we're using right now. So again, we know that we have sellers up in there. I would say right now, use this for, I don't know. I would say the best way to use this right now. Oh, hold on. Okay. Sorry. I got a phone call right before we started that Jim was in the nurse crying. Her nose was running and she was super upset. She was up late last night too, but just making sure that wasn't a notification that we talked her into, like, she doesn't have a fever so she can stay, but she was pretty volatile. So and they hate when kindergartners are crying. So just making sure that it wasn't like a time to come get her. All right, so oh god, is that it? Okay, no. All right, so bearish thinking up here, but again, it's going to depend on how the market starts to adjust it. All right, Aussie yen. Oops, there we go. All right, Aussie yen also approaching, and we've kind of had a little bit of reversal up here, but kind of the same thinking. 95.67 is where we were. You can see yesterday, it looks like actually this morning at around 3 o'clock, the European Open. That European Open kicks in right there at 3, right? 3 o'clock is the magic number. That's where you can see the movement happened. And let's see, what do we got here? 60 pips. It's got a 73 ATR. It's kind of retracing back again. Kind of the same thinking. The Aussie's approaching a level where we're seeing sellers come in. They've been here before. Um, you know, pretty much the same trade. Of the two, I don't know which one I like better. I think probably the Aussie yen here. Maybe not. It's been up here a bunch of times. It's not fresh. It's not fresh. With the pattern here, God, I'm almost like, hmm. I'm wondering if we can get a confirmation pattern and we can cycle this back down again. Because remember, it's hard for the dollar and the yen to be weak. Right now, it's Aussie strength, which is fine. But we typically will see a retracement in Aussie. And again, maybe some of it's happening from gold, but again, they're so linked right now to China, so it's kind of hard. Euros 0.00000 all the way across. Um, no, don't break the printer. Put that back up. Um, so I would say bearish thinking again, 95.65. If you can get a confirmation in here, it's not really the candle that I want yet. How much is that one though? It is 10. Oh, maybe, maybe this. Yeah, that goes right to the right spot. Maybe something along those lines if we can get a confirmation. But again, it's not a set and type. It's not and forget type trade. Not ready yet. Need to firm it a little bit more. Euro totally flat. There you go. Zero. Oh, here we go. 0.00, and it's up half of a pip. Um, little surge up at 5:30 and a pullback right down again. We're in the same exact spot. Actually, yesterday morning we were sitting here, so it's a little bit more. What is it? 25 pips, so a pip an hour. But since the close from yesterday, we're in the exact same spot. We're still kind of in the middle. I still think this one is important to note. At this point, um, we've been here, we've been away from it so long. Let's add an alert up there. Again, we have profit taking coming in here, and again, vice versa. We could remove this one now. Again, that just got chop, 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 chop. This was from Friday. We'll leave that knowing that that is still a valid area. Um, Reconnect my what? Oh, your Facebook access has expired. I don't need to. Why would I do that? Sorry, it was like a notification from Restream. It's like, what? So where we are again, we had the nice big push down again. Let's see, was there anything in there that we're super concerned? Yeah, just bouncing off the 61. You can see that the 50 was a decent level. Again, my worry on this one is the 61.8 right now. It's a double top. It's a not a double top, but it's a double wick on the top. It's a mirror wick. It should be able to go through it the next time. So we'll see. Let's see. Is it pulling back to a 23 or is it getting any help in here? Let's see. Kind of. Kind of. It's got some buyers coming in at the 50, but all it's going to do is if it comes back down again, probably stabilize itself in there as well. So, um, again, I would expect this one. The reason it's super slow right now is Kip, get out of there. Um, Again, with the Fed tomorrow, the euro dollar is going to be looked at, and again, we know that inflation is slowing a little bit. Um, I, thi- I'm actually kind of hoping I would like for this to continue to rally higher. The problem is right now, yes, we're seeing dollar weakness kind of across the board, but not like massive amounts of it. The European data coming down, it's like, oh, it's down to 5.2. It's not at the 8 anymore. It's kind of European weakness also. So it's euro weakness, pound weakness. We're sitting in the middle of the range, kind of in that 33% of no man's land. I think right now we got some room to run. Top side, we got about 50 pips to go. Bottom side, we got about 50 pips to go. So we're going right around that 50% mark. So kind of need some movement. Not really anything super clear on the bottom either for a long. And again, same thing short. I think if you do or you are long, be very cautious at 107.28. Again, that's where this big takeoff happened, but the quick spike was at 107.45. And I do like that zone. Euro pound. So euro pound, you can see this. We got front run, front run, front run, front run, front run, basing in here, and it finally did break through the top side. And again, this is a level we'd been there before. We had talked about this level. We pushed it deep. And it was a 78. So it wasn't like it was a super a great, we weren't really looking for much out of that level. More of just like a proxy. Right now, this is kind of the most recent push up. You can see the 23 level. I'll cycle this across here. You can see the 23 level. There's a little bit there, but not tons. If anything, I actually kind of like this more for something along those lines. 1 to 3 is right there. It's a little tiny bit deep, but something along those lines. Again, there is a confirmed level sitting right there, right? A base, it came back and then popped. So somewhere in there ish. I'd like to see it come down. Remember, this is not huge. This is 8 pips for 25 in the other direction. But it's a decent push up from Friday. And then again, we flatlined at 11:30. So overall, you're seeing the European weakness come in here. It's not necessarily pound strength, but it's European weakness coming to the downside. Um, I think bearish thinking on this one, but again, it's European weakness with that data, not necessarily pound strength. So this is a weak driven move, not a strength based move. But somewhere, again, we knew we had sellers in here, approximately in what is it, 86? Let's see, just bring it right to 86. Yeah, approximately around the 86. We should see some basing, and again, potentially some movement here. Euro yen. So euro yen, we missed by a little bit here. It kind of came up to the 78. We pushed all the way back again. We were talking about the 618 is really where we wanted to kind of get this one. You can see profit got hit and then boom, 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 smashed through, and then we punched higher. But there's not really a zone there. It's just a 78. And again, that would be an artificial kind of selling point. We knew that 58 was going to be a big deal, I would think, at this point. Again, kind of 158.35. It's tested. It goes a little bit farther. We can remove this right now. We'll leave it. I don't care about the 78, but I want to know kind of why it turned. Let's see, are we going to get any help? Yeah, we should. There's a small level in here. Again, quite choppy, so not the strongest. Question is, how much European weakness are we going to have at this point? Um, Again, had the euro pop, seeing the pullback now, and again, I think this is probably more yen influence. Maybe it may be some European movement. Question is, here's the problem with this one. Look at all this, so much basing there. It's not really a hairy. Maybe. Hold on, let's just draw it. Problem is, it's where the base happens. 'Cause there's that's covering most of it, but there's this. The base, touch, 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 touch. But if I move this down here, it is pushing a little bit deep. So again, also probably a Harry Potter in here. Again, looking for this to come down with the base sideways, down, up, and then down. Right? Something along those lines is kind of what we're looking for with an ultimate push, most likely. And again, be cautious with it. We know we have this sitting right here, these areas of buyers. Change this yellow, turn it red, 157.41. Right. 141.741. I'm like so panicked. My phone goes off and I'm like, oh God. All right. Pound dollar. So kind of same pickup. Now on this one, we can cycle this down a little bit. You can see, is it a 23? Not really. It's the seller is here. Is that a good level? Not really. And again, you can see this one is 0.12. So this one is off 14 pips. Overall, it's 22, right? 22. So not really the best. And again, I'm kind of this is a again it's kind of like a dollar weakness type thing, and now that the profit taking has come in, we marked this off as being the target, the 123.82 level, and we hit it. You can see, look, boom, 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 boom. We literally played inside that range. We're kind of stuck there. I don't have anything clean until 126. I'm not using this. Look, one right here. Even if this was the initial zone, which is not, one, two, three, four. It's not really a buy area. So right now I have two sells and maybe we can get some type of a pop up. If you look to see how much movement there is, it's 36, which is it's a 4 hour move, and then this is an 83. I don't think we can rally all the way up that far today. I'm kind of wondering if we push down and then go back up. Again, the inflation on a yearly basis, the European, um, the EU area was 5.2 annually. This is supposed to be forecast as 7. So again, market kind of cycling this one. And again, maybe we push down, maybe we grind down for this newsletter or this news event right here. And maybe we grind down for a pop and then shoot up and then again play the reversal. But right now, it's just not, you know, eh, it's kind of just I don't know. Do I love it? No. All right. So, Tanya. All right, so pound yen, kind of the same thing. You're getting that pop from the European Open. Again, 182.84 is what we talked about. You can see it hit, and again, it's an area of buyers. Is it our favorite level? Again, it's been hit so much at this point. This was a 4 hour level, so we knew we had a pretty decent amount of buyers in there. Um, Again, I think this is a big. This is pound yen is we'll see what the dollar does, but pound yen is probably the way to play this inflation data. Remember, again, the market is preparing for an increase in inflation, but the pound's in a pretty bad spot. So there's not much that can actually happen with it. Ideally, we'd like to see it push into a zone. Again, this is a this is a super early morning news trade. Again, not the easiest. I know, West Coast, it's probably easier to trade. East Coast, this is kind of a good luck if you can get up there early. Um, mm, yeah, I mean, I'm bullish thinking from this level, but we've been here before. We've touched it again, 4 hour level, so we knew we had some power. Again, 33 pips, too much to take as far as the risk goes. I At this point. We'll probably, again, there's the original. We'll probably fail in this level if we pull back down again. Change that one to orange. Probably going to fail there, but I'm wondering now if this shrinks down and we use it this level, right? If this is going to be our buy point. Let's stick this here. 2267. Whoops. How far does it have to move? 46. Hmm. Hmm. So technically, 46 pips is only a 4-hour ATR. Question is, how much is a chop in here? It's going to start slowing down because all the movement's in. Yeah, I would say, how much risk is this? Um, it's only 14 pips. That's actually not a bad spot, right? Not a bad spot, right? Not a bad spot at all. So, yeah, 182.67. 14 pips in the pound yen. Again, not a bad spot. I'm kind of good with that one. All right. So, dollar CAD. Dollar CAD. Nobody was fooled by this one. We had marked off 134 being a big level. You can see this one actually, European session, they knew what was coming. Right there. European Open. CAD data came out at 8:30. 8:30 is here. Right here. Was anybody fooled? No. European solid data says, oh, yeah, it's going to be good. And boom, dollar strength all the way back in. Now, we are finding stabilization around 134. I think this one will be a little bit more challenging to play tomorrow. I think play, the FOMC data with euro dollar, pound dollar, and probably even Aussie dollar. Dollar CAD will be a little bit more risky because, again, right now it is receiving kind of undue strength from oil. Um, yeah. Hmm. This could be a rally point. I do like this. So look at this right here. Boom, boom, and boom. Three higher. Again, shows us that we have buyers stepping in here. Um, so yeah, this is probably a. Let's see. Is there something over there close that I can use? No, there's not. I was hoping that there was a spot there. I would not be surprised if this retraces back again. Let's run fibs down. Where we get some help at? It's fine. Yeah, look at that. Look where the 23. I'll bring it down. Look where the 23 goes. All right, so here we go. This is a trade potential for tomorrow. Okay. Being that it's a 23, how much risk is it? 15 pips. Good. Let's take this. Let's put this over here. All right. So, if it rallies up there, could this be a trade for later today? Sure, I think so. Again, if this is the true bottom, I like the top. I like the three. Again, the ascending candles in there. I like this push back up again. Overall, I think again, decent spot. 1 to 3 is right there. So if we creep all the way back up again, I think at any moment this could be a decent sell. All right, let's throw some of this on here. Put that there. Right there. And again, we'll see. Ideally, this would be over here for the FOMC bit, right? Ideally, but if it has to move before then, I'm okay with that too. If we rally up into here and the European session we're sitting up here, that could also be a way to push this down. Okay, dollar Swiss. It's big. I need to adjust it, but yeah, 0.00009. There you go, 1.1. So it's 1.1 pip. It's point zero. It's this so slow. Dollar Swiss, 6 pips in 24 hours. Five. There we go, 6 again. Yeah, it just flatlined. Maybe we can push up again. Again, you guys know FOMC projections, interest rate obviously not changing. A push over to here, and again, holding that interest rate pausing. It's not really getting ready for it yet. Can it continue to grind sideways or grind up? Sure, sure. Again, would a pause if this does not rally in one of the two directions today? If this pushes up and that interest rate is a hold, absolutely could be a short trade. Tiny risk level, and again, this is we talked about before. It's about 10 pips, so it's kind of a 10 for 30. Um, and really, kind of, I want it to be over here. I kind of want it to look like that, but we'll see what it does. Maybe the European session. Let's put one there too. Um, European session, kind of that warning session. See what it does. Maybe we'll see. It could rally down or rally up. We'll see. All right. How much room do we got to go now? Yeah, about 28 pips. So it's got about a half day's worth of movement to be able to get up there. All right. All right. All right. Pound yen. All right. So pound yen. We really haven't moved. You can see it's 14 pips off 0.09. We had mentioned this zone last week, right? Last week on Friday. Then we chopped back and forth. We're still stuck there, right? We're still stuck between really 147.50 and then 148 up top. It looks like this is where the no, I clicked it. 148, 148.50. There's kind of our zone, right? We can't leave it. We're stuck. Let's adjust these. Yeah, you can see, look at spacing. There's this level right here. What'd you do? Oh, did you hit the button or is it out of power? No, you hit the button. Hold on, let me reset this play. Here. Yeah, so for dollar yen, again, a lot of sideways movement, barely, barely doing much. You want something different? He's at the volatile stage. Oh, here, this one, farm truck. All right, somebody's tired. Somebody tired. Um, yeah, so we're sitting high as far as the trade setup goes. I don't love this one. Again, dollar yen is my least favorite pair to currently play. This boy continue to rise, continue to push. Again, we got gaps all over the place on this one. Um, God, we're playing with 92. We actually broke through to 92.40 this morning. Um, yeah. What do you want? Candy? Here. No candy? Okay. He knows that I'm lying. You want lollipop? A pop? Yeah, okay. We'll wait 5 minutes. 5 minutes. He has no sense of time. Poised high. I don't think we get in front of this one. As I've been mentioned before, I think it's very, very dangerous to, be able to continue for this one to, again, go in an upward direction. Just use caution. If we get a decent top, great. Inventory will come out tomorrow. I think inventory will be completely swallowed up in the importance with FOMC tomorrow. So, again, it's high. You would say bearish, but I just can't put a bearish call on this one. So, again, fundamental things. I don't know. I'm waiting for. Yeah, I'm waiting for China to make comments or start seeing some good data, and I think this has the ability to creep higher. Somebody yesterday, I saw a bunch of articles that says this is not sustainable up here at $90. The price can't actually stay up here this long. I'm like, I feel like it can, because China won't stay down forever, right? And we're holding to at least December. So, yeah. Oh, okay, I was like, what the heck is that? Right now. All right, so natural gas looks like we just did surge up again at 7 o'clock, and we're in an area right now. We talked about 283 being a sell area. So again, if you are looking to trade natural gas, it looks like we just hit a zone that we are looking for. Um, Again, not a new zone, not a new zone. Here's what it looks like. It has been here before, so it is not the first time it's hit that level, but the response off of it was pretty decent. And again, we were hoping that there was going to be some algorithmic trading in there. So it is technically hit number, again, pushed it deep, push, push. Yeah, so this is technically hit number 3 or 4, depending on which one you want to use. They keep going more towards the top side of that 286 mark. Again, huge surge up. Again, being 1030, this is when we tend to see reverse back down again. So you got that set up. Gold. Again, gold, we knew that 1933.40 was an area of sellers. You can see it hit it yesterday, came back down, came back up again a little bit higher, and is now, look at this. Look at all the wicks in there. So there's so much indecision in this one right now, right? We know we have sellers up there, right? This one didn't quite make it the second time. It made it about 2/3 of the way through before it got kind of stopped out. Um, and we had mentioned that before. So let's just adjust this, get us ready for the next news release. I'm gonna remove these just to clean it. Yeah, I know the alert went off yesterday. Hmm. Interesting enough, the 23 was not hit. Now, when you go up, you can see that there are buyers there. So hmm, there's buyers in there probably at that 128. I'm sorry, 1928. This is the ugliest. This is the ugliest descent down from like 11 o'clock until 3 of the European. I mean, it happens, but it's like they took one of these kind of like lollipops and then just continued the lollipops down. Right? Up, we're in a channel. Okay, let's lollipop this sucker all the way down. Um, yeah, 1916-25. I think is a decent spot. Um, Man, so volatile today. Um, I I don't really like the 23 level. I think there's people in there. They're not great. It should kind of tier and then drop. The next level here, there was a base, but it broke it here just by again back and forth a few times. So should maybe it hiccups there. Um, what? Well, stop hitting the button. He doesn't realize that he can't touch the screen with his fingers. Yeah, the ads just killing him. Here, you want something different? Here. Oh, there we go. Wreckers. There you go. Um, so I would say 1916-25 is a decent. Then go in the other room, Kip. I can't help you. Here's choice. Here. Oh crap. That's the trap. My toy TV. Um. So yeah, I'm not looking for buys down. If it comes all the way down, potentially for tomorrow, we could buy this one. But again, mark off the Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, hit it then. Here. Silver pulling back. So remember I said it was a little bit high? It's like, oh, it is? Okay, we'll go back to 23. So it's pushing back down again. You can see news wise, yes, on Sunday night, a little bit of movement. Again, we're looking for that as a stabilization point. We knew we had some selling up top, and again, we weren't all the way up. We were looking for shorts from that 23.50. Thankfully, we weren't able to get up to 23.50, so I think that's a good thing. You want to sit on my lap? Is that what you're trying to do? We probably stabilize around 23. I don't think we can really deviate too much. There's been buying in there. There's a small level sitting right down here. If we bounce back and forth over the 23, I would definitely expect it. Um, turn it down a little bit? It's too loud. Hey, can Daddy see? Hold on. Hold on. There you go. Here, we'll make the flippy big. There you go. So I see this one kind of coming down and doing one of these things, right? Until that data comes out. There's just not enough data out there right now to really deviate from this too much. So unfortunately, nothing exciting in silver. Best way to look this one is look at to see what the Europeans do with it from that 3 o'clock until the 2 in the afternoon when FOMC comes out. Maybe we get a telltale sign of it moving up or down. Um, we'll need something. We'll need something. Overall, though, with silver and gold both, I think what happens in the European session is pretty important. Um, if again, the expectation right now is that the Fed is not going to raise and pause, right? And then maybe pause and go, or again, we don't know what the language in the FOMC statement is going to be. Um, so we kind of do need a little bit more, right? We just don't have it yet. So with that said, um, no clean setups, but I think tomorrow morning is when we set one up. So we'll see. One of those two should be pretty decent. Apple looks like Apple dropped at the close and then opened the same spot a little bit lower. Not too much. Tesla anything? No, not really. It's breaking through here. Held there and then kind of gap and found the buyers and pushed back up again. All the indices, yeah. Dollar is down and now it's pulling back up again. The dollar strength is rolling back in. VIX is there. Yeah. U.S. stocks down ahead of Fed decision. Instacart and Focus. Yellen's like, this is great. Everything is happy. And then the indices are like straight down. 7:30. 9:30 is right here. So yeah. So funny. It looks like we have a great soft landing, guys. Everybody be happy. Straight down. Yeah. So let's see. We got a little bit of a gap action this year. Yeah, buds. Opening print, there's nothing. Nothing confirmed in the overnight. It was up here. It was already below it. 44, 56, 25, maybe an area for a reversal. A little bit far from it right now, but it's only 10:19. So maybe 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. If we drive down all day, it may be like maybe an end of the day rally off there. Maybe. But as far as opening print goes, nothing. NQ, same thing. 9, the 9:30 candle was right here. Nothing tested in the overnight. There's one. Again, straight down. It's playing right off the gap. So again, NQ also in an area. Again, a little bit before 10:30 reversal, but straight down since 7:30. Again, profit taking coming in, may tick back up again. Get us a little bit more flat on the day, right? A little bit more flat. But it is bouncing off a level that you would expect to see that. It is a gap. So again, gap fill on that one. YM, probably the same thing. And again, this is the contract switch gap, so not really a gap. But 9:30, yeah, it was already below. So again, not an opening print. Not an opening print, but we can run it down from the top. God, it's a shame. If this is the bottom, if we can put a bottom in here, look at that level right there. The 135. And again, it can go lower. I mean, if it goes lower to here, now we start, backstopping it with the 61. But right now, not a bad level. 35.03. Oh, not bad. Russell. Look at the wildness in the Russell. 9:30. No, it wasn't a confirmed level. Problem with this one is look, a lot of sellers there. There is a confirmation, right? So if there was your zone, right? At least this sucks some of it out, right? But kind of a big zone compared to the candles. I mean, it went. I don't know. There's 304. So it would have got you out. Actually, I'm taking more risk on this one right now. 325, 3.02. You can see. So, yeah, I mean, it was a tested level in the overnight. You could have done it. It was really, really sloppy, kind of a big area, but none of the other ones were even remotely close to being set up. So, I mean, it worked. Would I have taken this one? Did I take this one? No. Could you have? Sure. Technically, it qualified. It was an overnight tested level. It's just the zone was just too big for me. No interest for me to take it, but it was confirmed. And yeah, look, there's your 1 to 3, 3.02, 4.4 for 13.3. So yeah, it was there, and it was there. So yeah, not horrible. All right. All right. With that, that's kind of it. I mean, the biggest thing right now is the dollar was super weakness, and then 830 came in. We're rolling right back up and trying to get flat. Zero. Right now, it's down percentage up 0.00. So again, dollar is quite flat. 14, 12, 8, 5, 103 CAD. But again, all this CAD data was great. 37, 2, and 27. So super, super flat market again. Everybody is so focused on FOMC and what they're going to do. We'll see if we can get headlines today, but I think the big thing to look at from now till then is look to see what the European market does. If they start driving it in a direction up or down, there could be a decent setup. All right. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway on this one. We got 6 in, 17 tickets purchased. I'll give it the 230. Again, it's funny how it like holds time, so we keep doing the 2. Right? It's been on the entire time. Right? And we'll let it go. Still yawning. God, so tired. It's amazing. Like I was just wrecked yesterday, and then we had practice last night, so we didn't get back till 9:45 ish last night. And then Jim was supposed to be sleeping. I get home, she's like, "Hi, Daddy." So she woke up again, and then Kip was like, "Oh, what are we doing? We're playing. Game on." And then I didn't get him to sleep till 11:45 last night, but thankfully he slept through the night. Thankfully, so we got a good 6 hours of sleep. I got a good 6 hours, 6.5 hours of sleep. He slept a little bit longer than me. But all right, there we go. See, look, I'm rambling. I'll go to 3. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's the OCD. I got to do it with the OCD thing. Ready? There we go. All right, winner of today's drawing is Ernest. Now this is number 2, I believe. Right? Again, you went in huge on this one. Yeah. All right, so this was number 2. So you get your 100 right there. Tomorrow is the big day. So will Ernest get 3? Right? Will he get 3? Canada inflation quickens to 4%, driven by higher gas prices. See, this is what we're going to see everywhere. Yeah, we're going to start seeing a lot more of that. Anyway, with that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Wish me luck that I get some sleep tonight. Hope everybody stays cool, hot, dry, medicated, fermented, whatever it is. I don't even know the other one. I guess medicated? I guess medicated is the right word. But whatever it is, I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. You guys have a good trading day today. If you need anything, shoot me a message on Discord, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.